How are we doing, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Bobcom speaking, and today we've got another 1 versus 1 quick battle. Myself playing as Bretonnia and my opponent playing as the Vampire Counts. My army composition, I'm playing with Alberic on a Pegasus. I've got a Damsel with Regrowth. I've got a Paladin on a horse. I actually misclicked. I was supposed to put him on a Paladin, but my bad. I've got 1 unit of Pegasus Knights. I've got 2 units of Grail Knights, Knights of the Realm in the right flank in the forest. 4 units of Battle Pilgrims, 2 units of Polearms, and 4 units of Peasants with 2 units of Fire Arrow Peasant Bowmen. I went for that because I thought they were going to bring some large monsters. This is like a almost like an anti-vampire large monster army. You sometimes see like large zombie armies with crypt horrors. So it's kind of to counter that, with the fire to stop regeneration, and the Knights of the Realm and the Polearms to fight the large stuff, and the rest of the infantry sort of just to take the brunt. Didn't quite go to plan, as the Vampire Count didn't bring any monsters. What he did bring was the Dire Pack, which is a Dire Wolf unit, Regiment Renowned. He's got 2 units of Blood Knights, 2 units of Fellbats. He's got 3 units of Graveguard, one of which is with great weapons, and he's also got the Regiment Renowned version with the Sternsmen, which are these ones just here, which look freaking awesome, just to my add. He's got Heinrich Kemmler as his Lord, the Claw of Nagash supporting, 2 units of Spearmen, and I think that's it. That is his army. So quite a small elite army, I must say. And the battle took a lot longer than I thought it was going to take. So first of all, it's just a bit of movement as we move up to each other. So again, I went for the sort of larger, less elite army, where he's gone for the smaller, elite infantry with the amazingly overpowered Blood Knights. They're not even overpowered; they're just really good. I think they're like the best cavalry in the game. Moving my Knights of the Realm up on the right flank, and I spot his Dire Pack, and he spots them at the same time, getting a charge on these pretty instantly, and it's going to rout them almost straight away. So good to get these off the field quickly, because if they can get behind my infantry line and attack the archer line, that would have been good for me. And see, I'm starting to move my units up now. I've got a bit confident now that I know I've got rid of his flanking maneuver. You can see he's moving his Blood Knights now to take on my Knights of the Realm. I thought Knights of the Realm were good against the Blood Knights because they are anti-large, but Blood Knights are also anti-large, but they have the Frenzy and Armour and Shielded. With 110 armour, we've only got 90. So I've got the Flame Arrows hitting the Claw of Nagash right now. Again, sending the Peasants in to take the brunt of the charge. The Claw of Nagash will completely demoralise my Peasants. But try and take this out as quick as I can. Didn't quite go as planned either, but this entire match didn't really go to plan, but it was still fun and interesting, should we say. His Fellbats coming in, trying to take out my archers. A bit of a waste, in my opinion. Does a breath spell there, sort of goes between my line of units. Trying to miss micromanaging here, like I didn't sort of send my swordsman in to attack when I should have. I've got a unit of Battle Pilgrims going into the side of Blood Knights. You kind of just moved them up and left them. So I capitalised on that, put my units into Lance formation. Gives them minus 48% arrows, but obviously playing against Vampire Counts, so I don't have to worry about that. So the initial charge, I thought it was going to do a lot more damage than it did, and it didn't. As soon as I saw how quickly my health was dropping, I was like, hey, these guys are in trouble. So I carried on sending my Battle Pilgrims up. My main concern right now was to keep these guys busy, because I knew if these guys were able to break my line and get around behind me, that would be game over for me. So I sent my Damsel over to start healing. Peasants are starting to return. As for the main line, the Paladin does rout as he's fighting Krell, which is here. I think Krell's somebody that can get summoned by Henrik Kemmler, but I'm not actually quite sure. Saw a nice shot there, going straight to the face of an arrow. Still trying to take out the Claw of Nagash. He's microing it a lot. He's moving it around the map. Center of my line is broken completely, but his left flank has broken, and the right flank is starting to break. Again, trying to keep these Blood Knights occupied. He's actually routed both units of my Knights of the Realm. If he was clever, he would have just got rid of one of these units and just left a single unit of Blood Knights to take care of these battle pilgrims. Easily would have been able to do that, but fortunately for me, he didn't. Fortunately for me, because of the centre line, he didn't capitalise really on this opening I had here. I left them a unit of men-at-arms to sort of defend them. They wouldn't have done much against Grave Guards. But managed to shoot the Sternsmen pretty much uninterrupted. And the fire arrows will be good again. They're not great against armour, but weak against armour as you can see, but they're pretty good. Just in general, they cause enough damage. Claw of Nagash now getting targeted again. It's a large unit, so it's easy to target. So actually, I was getting a bit worried about these Blood Knights, so I actually sent my Pegasus Knights over to help, also being anti-large, and all the peasants that rallied nearby, they attacked as well. I just couldn't believe how much damage they did. Like, if he would have just capitalised on that route early on, I think this would have gone very much in a different direction. So he's actually managed to spawn 2 units of zombies behind my lines and then charge his general in. We've got the damsel, I say running, she's kind of just like walking. As for the left flank, we've got the Graveguard with great weapons and another unit of Graveguard fighting against my battle pilgrims and men-at-arms with polearms and a paladin. And there we go, the Claw of Nagash has just been destroyed, so that's good. So I managed to rear charge these Gravesguards, and that's going to rout those. Krell here is trying to attack my Draud. So there we go, Lord of the Undeath. This mighty champion of chaos defies mortality, once more defeats enemies across time. Interesting, I like it. I sent my damsel to try and attack their general. Doing a bit better than I thought he would. Because Henrik Heimlar's a wizard, so I thought he'd be a lot squishier, but he's just not dying. Finally managed to rout one of his units of Blood Knights. One unit has returned. I've got plenty more units here, plus the Pegasus Knights. They're going to drop down and hit them. Kind of a crappy charge, but you know, that's that. So if we head back to the main line, so the left flank is finally starting to break. As you can see, they're starting to rout here, the Grave Guards with great weapons. That is a mouthful to say, Grave Guards with great weapons. Damn, tongue twister. Down to 33 units with 1,000 health in total. I just love, the reason I'm really just loving Bretonnia at the moment though is it's just the peasants. Like, even though they rout a lot, they're kind of like the Skaven, they return constantly. And they can cause so much disruption in general to an army. Like, he's trying to shut down my archers, which he has, but he's not able to chase them away because I've got peasants and these cheap peasant infantry like the men-at-arms is able to shut down the chasing units. And they're not going to win, but my archers are vital at this moment. You can see another unit of peasants has returned. Going to shut down Henrik Kemmler. He's still got a unit of Blood Knight in the back here. He's managed to finally rout all the rest of my units, so I was getting a bit worried now knowing this was here, but the rest of his army was starting to disintegrate. So I figured if I could take out Henrik Kemmler before the Blood Knights got in, again sending a peasant mob, just to keep him busy. Thought I might have a chance. So it was kind of down to the wire. My paladin was being healed slightly by my damsel. Alberic is fighting somewhere. He's back here, so he's fighting these zombies at the moment. So I probably should have got Alberic out of there. But the zombies break pretty quickly, and then we've got a unit of Graveguard. One more unit, and there we go, he's down. Hey look, there's a dead Krell there. Whee. So he sent his Sturzman back into the fight, so I'm just going to keep him busy with all my returned units and these units of battle pilgrims. Again, they wouldn't win this fight. His Sturzman are far too powerful. Again, the peasant mobs are just still harassing his blood knights. Like, I just wouldn't leave them alone. Again, if he would have microed these maybe a bit better, probably would have done a bit more damage. I reckon he maybe could have even won the battle if he managed to get these blood knights around into my archers and just done some cycle charges. But at this point, it was too late. Like Henrik Kemlar is almost down to half health already. And you see again, I see these guys coming, so I managed to get my pole arms into them, which is what I wanted. And you can see these guys will start to drop pretty quick now. I've got archers shooting into the back of the Sturzman, so causing flanking damage, and I'm about to rear charge them with men at arms. And there we go, the Blood Knights drop, and Henrik Kemlar is also routing. So a nice play here. Unfortunately for the Vampire Counts player, if he would have just microed better and capitalised on when my cavalry routed and even just pulled one unit away, like I've said, this entire match would have been completely different, because I had nothing apart from polearm unit to take out the Blood Knights, but they were both tied up against Graveguards. But a very good match. It was a lot harder than it looked. I mean, a lot of microing on my part, a lot of moving lots of units around, keeping an eye on everything going on. So I was happy with that. It's actually the first time I've played against a Vampire Count player, so you know, I think Viking Cat would be annoyed because he's a Vampire Count main, so I can say to him I beat a Vampire Count. Yay. So looking at the kills, it looks like the MVP is actually Albric on this one. I think that's mainly because of that Curse of Manaan onto the zombies. Just easily breaks them because they've got low morale. But in terms of just normal units, I think it's this it's this archer unit. Damn, 88 kills for a peasant bowman. I lied as well, it's a battle pilgrim. But I want to give the MVP to this guy. A peasant bowman with 88 kills. It's impressive. As for the Vampire Count player, MVP for them, looks like it's the Blood Knights. Again, this was that one unit that was left right to the end, just constantly fighting peasants. And then there's also a Graveguard unit with 146 kills. So good fighting this guy here, Endless Ocean. So a good battle. I enjoyed it. I hope you guys enjoyed it too. Again, keep an eye out on my Twitter page, and also check out Viking Cat as well. He's constantly doing streams of Warhammer Total War and all the tournaments that we're going to be playing in the future. So I hope you enjoyed that, guys. This is Bobcoms, signing out.